Okay, dear audience, this is the series of the lessons of docent of Tajik State Pedagogical University named after Sadarni Buzurali Rahmanaliyevich. Today, I'm talking to you, I give you information about the zero condition. But today's topic is about conditional. It means how and when and what situation we may use as zero condition. Zero conditional means if we use, for example, the facts or any sentence or by trust. In trust situation, we say we find the fact we may use so zero conditionals. But the clear sentence, if the sentence is clear, if the sentence has the full information, we may use zero conditional. Okay, today I give you about these topics. Okay, in this lesson I give you information what is zero conditional and how to form zero conditional sentences and zero conditional example sentences, and the last one is real cues. Cues, it means the questioning with audience. Okay, what is a zero conditional? Here is said that by grammar rules that zero conditional sentences are used to talk about facts or general truths that are always true, like scientific facts, as all scientific research vary. For example, fact, they are the research scientists or their jobs have the facts we may use, for example, as zero. Here is said that by example, if you hit ice, it melts. If you hit ice, it melts. Here is said that if you hit any ice, it should be or it would be melt. This is the fact, and this is the always, and this is the true sentence. This is a clear sentence. Okay, how to form zero conditional sentences? Here is said that zero conditional sentences are made up of an if clause and a main clause. For example, both of which include verbs and the present simple tense. Okay, by any clause, the main clause, any present simple tense. Also, these parts of grammar may connect with English tenses. Okay, if you hit ice, it melts. If you hit ice, for example, if anyone who does this job, for example, it will do it. Here is said that if you hit ice, it melts. This is the fact. This is, for example, the results. That's why we may use here hit. But hit, this is the fact of this sentence. By grammar rule, this is a conditional zero. Next one is how to form zero conditional sentences. Okay, zero conditional sentences can also be made with when instead of if. On one situation, on one occasion, we may use some English sentences through the usage of the question what is when and if. Here is. Okay, here is the form of sentences, how we use if and how we use when. Okay, when you hit ice, it melts. Here is said that when. In this sentence, we may use when. When you do this, for example, problem, this job, this occasion, for example, will be happen. That's why this is a zero, this is a clear, this is a fact that so the ice will melt if someone hit it. Okay, example sentences. Through the picture, it's very easy, it's very understandable to make an English sentences. For example, if you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. Here is said that if you heat the water with a high degree, for example, it boils. This is true, and this is a clear sentence. That's why we may use here as we may consider as a by grammar rule zero conditional. So zero conditional tend or depend, as I mentioned before, about the facts and about the truth and about the results. Okay, example number 3 is, here is said that if I am late for class, my teacher gets angry. If I late for class, my teacher gets angry. Here is said that the result. If you do this problem, the teacher will be, for example, angry. That's why this is a clear sentence. This is a clear information. We may use here as zero. Okay, next example explains about the rain occasion. The rain occasion in this picture. Here is said that in the example, if it's rain and I don't have an umbrella, I get wet. If it rains and I don't have an umbrella, I get wet. Here is said that if it's rain, if I don't have an umbrella, I will wet. But this is clear sentence and it is a clear information. This is a zero, but it has its own facts. Next example is about the picture, but the picture depicts the sentence. The picture explains the sentence. As if people eat too much, they get fat. If the people eat too much, they get fat. Here is said that if the people who eat more foods, they will get very fat. Okay, this is a clear information, and this is right and very full information. Okay, next example, also the picture describes the sentence, whether this sentence has the result, the fact, or the clear information. For example, if I study too much, I get really tired. If I study too much, I get really tired. Here is said, the picture said, because the boy reads a lot of, but read many books, he gets very tired. This is the result that the boy read a lot of books. Okay, review cues. We have to choose the correct answer to make a zero conditional sentences. This is for audience that I mention and explain the function and the usage of zero conditional in English. Okay, here is said that the question number 1, if, in example, if people eat lots of candy, what will happen if the people eat lots of candy? But here we may use they gain weight. They gained weight. They are gaining weight. But don't mix the grammar changing, but the grammar explains it. For example, you have to use by rule what sentence from these sentences is very clear. But we have to choose the first sentence as if the people eat lots of candy, they gain weight. This is, for example, the result and the clear information. Next one is an example. If I wake up late, If I wake up late, here is the sentences. For example, you have to choose the correct answer as the correct grammar sentences. The correct grammar sentences is, if I wake up late, I am late for work. If I wake up late, I am late for work. This is the result. If you do, for example, this one, it will be that one. This, it has a result, and also it has the fact. Next example tells also about the usage of zero conditional in this sentence as, when it is called, what will be? Or for example, what happens, what situation will be if it's, or when it is called. Here said that I wore a jacket. I always wear a jacket. If I wear a jacket, this is the mixed grammar mistake, grammar, for example, wrong sentences, but among these sentences, one sentence is correct by grammar. Okay? In this slide tells as, when it is cold, I always wear a jacket. It has the fact that if it's rain, you have to wear a jacket. But here it said that the correct answer, the correct variant is, we have to choose, I always wear a jacket when it is cold. Okay, another example is, if I don't have much money, I mean a lot of money. So, I don't eat out. I didn't eat out. I am eating out. What kind of these sentences may, for example, make close in meaning by fact or by trust. Here I said that if I don't have much money, what you should do? I don't eat out. If you don't have more money, you never, for example, have your dinner or supper or any food in out. You said that if I don't have much money, I don't eat out. Yes, this is the fact, this is the result, this is the clear information. Okay, next example is, when you put water in a freezer, what will be? If anyone who put water in a, for example, in a freezer, it will be frozen. It freezes. It has frozen. Here is about some English tenses, but you have to choose the correct variant of English tenses by these sentences. But don't mix, but don't mistake to choose a correct variant, a correct sentences. Here is said that, for example, when you put water in the freezer, it freezes. Did you notice? When you put water in the freezer, it freezes. Okay, good job, dear audience. It was the end lesson. I think you got from this lesson new information. Okay, goodbye. See you our next lesson.